Hello there, and welcome to a new game review. Today we'll have not one, but two interesting games to see. Um, all right, let's just start into it. You'll see what these two games are all about. Um, let's zoom in focus mode to properly watch this game. Um, for now, I'm mirroring the defense and trying to castle as fast as I can. For now, nothing difficult. It's just something that I've seen before. And there's something that happens here because I respond to this quite mechanically as it happened before. But instead of him doing anything, he develops this piece, which kind of diverts my attention to pushing this one away. So I don't want you here because I'm going to castle on the left. He moves on the left, which is something that I should have registered. But for some reason I did not, and I continued to move my pieces. Now he moved his horse here, and then I think so like there's something happening to my brain that completely ignores anything that happens on this side of the board. And I see this horse here, and I'm like, what can you do here? I'm just gonna take with the rook. Here I take with the king. I won't be able to castle, but I win a horse. No problem. Right, right. Nope, this side of the board doesn't exist. Anyway, I come with the pawn here, because, yeah, what are you gonna do? Come here, apparently. And then I'm like, well, easy. I just, hey, king, help me here. Why do you not want to take this? Oh, oh, now I see. Oh, there is a right side of the board. Right. Hmm, I should have thought of that. Why didn't I? I have no clue. Now, what can I do here to salvage this situation? Well, normally I would be to save my queen, right? Nope. I put this piece in jeopardy by threatening to take the queen. You wanna take my queen? Well, I'm going to take yours. Well, now I have two pieces in danger, or I could just move it back and, well, lose the queen. Because if I want to save the queen, I will lose the bishop too. And now I'm starting to think, what can I do in this situation? Like, I can take this one, but then he can easily take me. Um, then there's not much that I can do because this pawn is protecting this one. Going here is not gonna help me right now because it should have been here in order to help me take this one if I wanted to do something. And not only that, but I needed the queen to be here. So yeah, this is obviously a blunder from my part, a big mistake not seeing this one. And the only thing that I can think about it right now is to move the queen somewhere here, and then if he takes me, then I will take with the queen. Also, take with the queen to bait his queen. Then I'll take with the horse. His horse will obviously be here. Um, and then he has to move either here or here to escape. So yeah, I don't know, maybe move the horse here to block him from escaping there, from escaping in this situation, and then castle on the right, then move the bishop and basically take the horse. Um, that's what I had in mind. And the only way to salvage this situation, like gain some, well, some nothing, because I would just lose the bishop and the queen. So I lose the bishop, queen, rook, and he would only lose the queen and maybe just possibly his horse. So yeah, there's not much I think I can change the situation. But the surprise is that something happened and he abandoned the game. So I have no idea what happened. Maybe he felt like, yeah, I can't believe this worked. Let's just give him a petty win. Yeah, absolutely, that didn't happen, but yeah, still. This is a very good example on how to not win a game. I mean, I did win it, but like how to not win it. Anyway, it wasn't in my control. Um, so yeah, that's one game. So I went win to another game, and was like, okay, I mean, that ended weirdly. Let's continue this one, right? I mean, let's actually have a game that we can play at until the end. Um, so this one starts like this. I still don't know what opening is this one. I realized that he wants to threaten my rook over here, but that is not really an issue because I'm not going to castle on the left side. I'm going to castle on the right side. So I solidify my center, though probably I should have like moved the pawn here. Um, Move my bishop in here so I can castle. He moved his horse. You want to castle on the right side, and now it's pretty easy to castle. You just have to press there, right? So like it's easy to press there. But what if you press right here on the margin? Well, it's pretty hard, honestly, to repeat what I did. Yeah. So like about it here, I'm not sure if like my mouse is visible, but it's exactly I put it exactly at the corner of the square. So like right on the dot. And well, it didn't castle. So, well, I researched a bit and it seems that I can do this. I didn't know I can drag pieces, and that's what I'm gonna do from now on because this was embarrassing really. And he castled. And now, oh well, I'm in a disadvantage now. And I was really flustered about this one because you can see that I just moved this one piece here. And well, I kind of wanted to put pressure on the middle here because if I pushed here, if he wants to it, I take this one. Then if his horse is under threat, he needs to move it. Um, Definitely, I could prepare this one before, so he cannot come with the horse in this position. Though obviously he can come in this direction. That now it's empty, and I need to target it with something. So another horse needs to be developed there. Anyway, he moves his bishop here. And I continue with my plan here, not having a direct idea on how to. I mean, not. I did kind of have an idea, but like it was sufficiently developed. He decides to take it. I take it with my horse because now I can threaten this bishop. He decides to take my bishop. I take it, and at the end of it, I lose this pawn, which honestly it was a miscalculation on my part. And now I have to move this horse because it's in danger. I mean, not really in danger because I protect it, and I thought about moving it here, but like I thought like it's a cheap threat. So I was like, okay, let's develop this horse. Let's develop this bishop somewhere, so then we can activate our rook. He moved his horse, which I was kind of envisioning because now he can threaten my horse from two positions. So now I move it back and threaten his queen. He moves it back into defensive position. Now I move the bishop here in an attempt to get this pawn and make an attempt at these two pieces. So if he wants to save his queen, I'm going to take his rook. But he deflects pretty easily with this position that defends the pawn. I actually thought about making a diversion, but I cannot put the horse here because of the bishop. And now also it's like a triple attack, so there's not something I can do. Another thing I could do is move the horse here and put a threat on this one and maybe bait it, but probably it's gonna just take it with the queen or with the bishop. So there's no way for me to bait the horse in a way that makes it safe for me and then go with my original plan. So instead, I decided to move my horse here and threaten the queen. I could have come here as well, but I didn't want to block my queen from going here because that was the plan itself. I was like, okay, if you have a horse here now, then I just want to make your queen go away, and I will still pin your rook down. Although the idea itself would have been not really a good one. I would have just earned a pawn back because now with the queen I cannot go here. It's protected by these two. Now, part of the problem with this queen, with this move here, is that I didn't realize that he can just move his queen over here, and now he threatens multiple pieces. So, as you can see, the bishop has direct line of sight to this one. If I move my pawn to protect the horse, the bishop can just take the rook. If I move the horse here, he can take the pawn and also pin both of my pieces. And obviously I will choose the rook to protect it, or yeah, I'll choose the rook to protect it. And because this one is not castled, I cannot protect this rook by just moving here. And no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to also lose the horse, because anywhere that I want to move the horse, it's going to lose eventually. So if I move over here, it's going to take this pawn. Even if there was a rook here for me to threaten this queen, he would just take the horse for free. And then no matter where I move this one is again lost. And now, yeah, obviously I can do this one uh, and win a pawn, but he still has +4, and then he can just check me and force me to move or something. It's not easy. I mean, it's not hard at all to try and pin my. Actually, just come here and take this free pawn. What am I going to do? There's nothing I can do to this one, even if I have this one here. I need to move this one, and you can take this free one. I need to liberate this one. There's no one protecting this rook if I want to move it here, so that's another issue. Yeah, there's a ton of problems. Obviously, he can move here to pin my horse, and there's nothing that I started doing. And now, if I want to start doing something with a queen, it's just not really worth it. I mean, I can't even do that because of this horse. Hold on a second, I draw lines for nothing. So like he would eventually end up with a +6. So this move here was very bad for me. I eventually decided to move my rook here because I was like, okay, at least if he wants to take my horse, which he does, I'm going to be able to mount an attack on this side, and only if only my castle would have been successful, I would have needed like 2 more moves to move the castle to move the rook up, then another rook and triple attack it. So basically come here with the bishop, he comes with a horse, I come up with a queen, he does something, whatever. So these ones are dead. My queen would be here. Then I take the horse. Then this one comes in, takes my queen. I come here, take his rook. He defends with his rook. Mine dies. And then this last one would come here, take this one, checkmate. But this is a dream. Obviously, I can't do it. It's a mess. But I still go on with it because at the end of this exchange, I'm gonna get a pawn. He takes this pawn on the last row, I suppose. I only two. And now I'm thinking, okay, so now he can eventually win both of them. So he's gonna be +6 anyway, even if I calculated this, even if I took 1 pawn extra. I can't move my horse nor here nor here. There is no reason for me to move it here just to get here, I suppose, but that's at least 2 moves to protect this one. If I move this one, he just takes it. If I move this one, he takes this one. There's no way for me to protect it. At the very least, if I had the rook here instead of the king, I could have moved my rook here from the beginning and protect this one. So the queen could not advance. Now I cannot take this one, or like I can take it, but I'm gonna lose the queen for nothing. If I, yeah, there's no reason to take the horse. I can't even take this pawn because of the horse. So yeah, this is a really bad situation that I'm in. So there are few chances for me to win it, but I can always try to mount sort of an attack, basically towards the king on the right side. And I thought about it like coming on this square and attacking, feinting that I'm going to attack this pawn in order to take his rook. But my real target would have been to move here. Now, afterwards, I realized that I could have just moved here in one move and then take this one. Which, if he played perfectly, it would have still amounted to nothing. But yeah, I just realized too late after I moved that I could have just come here instantly. I decided to come in this direction, and what I would have done is come with the queen here. I'm thinking that he could have just upped his pawn 2 pieces. Um, Or even then, let's say I moved here with the queen, then he takes this one, then I move here, then he realizes that the next move it's mate. He can do this or this, to move up one square or 2 squares. Now, 2 squares would have been perfect for me because I can do this one. So already we have a scenario where it has to be perfect. If he goes here, then yeah, there's not much that honestly I can do here. Mm. there's nothing for me to attack, and maybe the only thing I can do is bait this move. Yeah, misclick again. To bait this move, but then there's nothing there, and like it's easy to check, take this back, and like it was basically for nothing. I mean, sure, I can't even do this because this will be the last pawn he takes, and even if that happens, he can just block it. So moving back, if instead he did this, at least I could do this, and if he takes the pawn, it's mate. If he doesn't, another way he can block me is to bring the horse here or even the bishop here. So then if I take this this pawn, I think the best thing he can do here is to take the horse out. I think. And then even if I take it, now he can't move this one. Can move the pawn here, and I can. I think I'm taking this one, but then he can take it back, and then he's protecting the horse. So like this is the best I can do here. But and now I'm protecting this pawn, and I think he could come here. And even if I take it, I need at least a move, and I cannot come here. This I think is the only thing I can do. And then he can, yeah, he can check me. I need to defend basically. But it's like in a very, very good situation. And now I can, yeah, he can just come here because now it's the attack is blocked. And I think I can do this. Nah, obviously not because of the rook. So I cannot check him anyhow because of the rook. And now it's a double attacking my king. And there's no way for me to protect him. Yeah, anyway, it was cooked. So like the situation was pretty bad for me. Where was it? Okay, here, then we did the exchange. Yeah, he took this pawn. So anyway, I wanted to do this, like I didn't have time to calculate all that situation. I was like, maybe, just maybe, I can come here. He takes my pawn, then I come here. He realizes it's checkmate. He does this one. I took this one, and he takes this one, and I get to checkmate. It was basically, oh yeah, it was just hope. And well, surprise, surprise, I don't know what happened, but like after 20 minutes, he didn't do any move. And the funny part here, like at least, well, the bittersweet thing is that after I did this move, so like at first, like a minute passes, right, from the 12 minutes he had, and he wasn't moving. And I was like, okay, he's thinking to see what kind of threat I'm doing there. Maybe he wants to do this move, or maybe he wants to move his horse here and basically defend this one. Then another minute passes, and I start to think, okay, maybe he thinks that I'm going to go there. So maybe he's thinking to preemptively defend something, maybe even moving this pawn here, so like it's completely blocked. But then I'll get on the right side, and another minute passes, like it's the third minute that passes, and I'm like, what is he thinking so much? Like, is he trying to calculate how many moves he needs to check with me? Maybe he thinks that he's going to come upside here, and then it checks me, and then I don't know, brings the rook here or something. I was trying to see what exactly he's calculating, like how he can checkmate me. And then another minute passes, and it's the fourth minute. And then I'm starting to to start tripping. I'm like, what's going on? Is he seeing some kind of strategies that I do not see? Like, is this move a powerful one? Is this something like that's gonna go to something far more complex I could envision? And then I started looking, what can I actually do? Why is he not making a move? And then the fifth minute passes, and then the sixth minute passes, and I can't see it. I'm like, okay, I'm over my depth. Like, definitely, there's nothing in here. It's like there's no way for me to checkmate him in one move, two moves. And like the advantage is solid. It's +4. I cannot turn it around with basically anything. Even if I wanted to force here, he still wins at the end. There's nothing. The 7 minute passes, the 8 minute passes. And then I start thinking that, hey, maybe he just went out to buy cigars. And he's like, yeah, I definitely, there's no reason for me to use all this time for this game. There's no worth for him to think about it. He already has +4 advantage. There's no worth basically taking me serious or something like that. And then the 9th minute passes, and I'm like, maybe he went to buy bread and something happened and there was a problem with the change and he's counting it or something, so he's late. And then the 10th minute passes, and I'm like, maybe maybe he's still coming back, and then I can do something with the time. I don't know. 11th minute passes. I mean, we're still playing for like you get 10 seconds for each move, so if he just calculates like 2 or 3 moves in advance, you already are at 30 seconds. I won't be able to win on time in this mode. Like if I want to do that, then I need to move to 10-0 if I want that. Then the 12th minute passes, there's only 30 seconds left, and only then do I think, maybe something happened, but not with his internet, because on the last one, I got notified that he's got disconnected and he's got a minute to come back, or otherwise he's gonna lose. So I have no idea what happened, but I won this game as well in one of the worst 2 games I've had in a row, because I can't tell you exactly what went wrong. So with my puzzles, I went like I think around 22, and then I got the last 3 of them wrong, so I didn't advance to 23rd. But I was like all of them until then were perfect, and I was like, oh, there was another game where another day where I went like 21 and I still played a decent game. So 22, 23, I think it's decent enough. So okay, I said okay, let's try, let's do it. I don't feel really like um, watching somebody else's game and making a review of another game. I wanted to play it myself, and I played it horribly. I don't like it at all how I play these games. Um, Here, obviously, the mistake was that I didn't manage to rook, but it's a mistake I own. I didn't castle. That's what I wanted to say. But nonetheless, he gained a +4 advantage through his own moves, basically, and my own mistake of moving the horse here. Could have probably moved here. I was indeed limited with my moves, but still, it was still salvageable. Move the pawn here, move the king here, bring out the rook. 2 moves to do it. So, yeah, I mean, if anything, I was considering if I should do this or not and just do a game review as I should have done in the end. But I think it was interesting to show it as well, just as a caption of like how to not win games, question mark. Well, anyway, see you on the next one. As always, cheers.